Hi, I'm Mike Ahern, co-author of Selling Today. In the next segment of the Reality Selling Today video series, we met with Heather Ramsey from Marriott International. First, we asked Heather a few questions about her career in sales. Then we had the opportunity to see her in a live selling situation.
Certainly, I have two types of calls. Cold calling, or outbound, and then inbound, people who require our services. What I do is, in both, introduce myself, start asking questions as far as what their needs are, make sure that our services can fit their needs, and then I do my very best to get them out to our property to see what they would be purchasing. By an introduction and then a series of questions, open-ended. Have you had this event before? What challenges did you face before? What are you expecting from us as far as service? How many people are you expecting? Very specific details about their event. Typically it's a multi-call, about 4 or 5 phone calls. If it does take one phone call to sign a contract, it's usually 1 or 2 weeks out, a very close event. Outside of that, it would be an initial phone call. I would then get information, send a proposal, follow up on that proposal, and then during follow-up, I would then ask them any kind of questions, challenges, thoughts that they had, then move towards a contract. Price, and price. Price versus competitor, price versus how long they're actually going to be utilizing the room. Price versus competitor, I handle that by just basically stating what we have over our competitor. We've done multi-million dollars worth of renovations over the last year, so we have a better product, and we can also offer a better service specific to your needs. To overcome how long a client would utilize a room, if you come to me and say, well, I'm only going to utilize the room for 2 hours versus 8 hours of a typical meeting, I would simply tell you that my opportunity cost of giving up that room to you for 2 hours would be the 8-hour meeting that I would not be booking. Once they've made a buying decision, my responsibility is to make sure that closer to their event that their needs haven't changed. And if they have changed, find out how we can accommodate them. After the event has happened, I go over their billing with them to make sure it's accurate. I make sure I find out if they had any challenges during their meeting and see how we can correct those. I then find out if they have any future business to book with us and if they have any referrals to send our way. Hi, Mr. Watts. Heather Ramsey.
Hi,
how
Heather,
are you?
I'm doing great
Nice to meet you.
today. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Here's my business card.
All right.
All right.
Mine.
Thank you so much. And let's head upstairs to that conference room.
Outstanding.
All right, Mr. Watts, this is the room I was telling you about. I know we spoke briefly on the phone about you needing a couple of conference rooms. Help me understand a little bit more about your program.
All right, we're looking to hire 40 people, which means we're going to bring in about 200 people to interview, 150, 200 people. And then they will go through a series of interviews with 6 different people. And when we'll get, in the end, we want to get 40 great people.
Okay.
So it's going to be an interview process. They'll meet with anywhere from 2 to 6 different managers.
All right. And how many of those rooms do you need?
Well, we need one room, kind of like a holding session, so we bring everyone in. So I guess about 40 people for a classroom seating.
Okay.
Then we're going to need like 11 rooms so that we can do like the interview. So kind of like this setup with 2 chairs on this side and 1 chair on that side.
Okay.
And then we need 1 room for an office. This room would be great for that, which, we'll have our food in for our breaks, television if it's possible. We'll need internet for all rooms.
Okay.
And then, of course, the food, depending on your menus, we're going to definitely need breakfast, lunch, and then something for them to munch on all day long.
All right. Keep them busy.
Yes, ma'am.
Breakfast, lunch, and breaks. All right.
And then, you know, if we were to choose this side of town, I don't want to drive home every night, so I'd need a sleeping room, preferably a suite, upgraded, for Sunday through Thursday of each week.
Okay. And you said this is a 2-week program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Sunday through Thursday. And are you the only person who would need a sleeping room?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Okay.
There may be days if I go home and, I mean, we may not be staying in it, but it's also nice to hold private meetings.
Okay, we can do that. Help me understand, I know you said you've held this in other parts of the city. Talk to me about what was good, what went bad.
Well, you know, the first one was started off on the north side of town, and we just weren't getting the applicants that were willing to drive all the way down. So we didn't have, you know, we were looking for, you know, 150, 200 people. We didn't get nowhere near that amount of people to show up.
Okay.
Then we went over in the West Loop area, and, you know, great food, but they didn't clean their rooms very well. Someone doodled on their pad, came in the next day, the doodle was still there. Another hotel, you know, they did too good at cleaning, where they took our paper, we'll have flip charts and we'll have things on the wall. They took those and threw them away out of our main room and out of our office.
Well, I bet
So
that
they threw
was
away
a headache.
too much, yes.
All right. Well, if I can guarantee you some good service where we will clean your room properly and not throw away the documents you need, do you think you would be willing to host your event with us?
Well, I mean, that would be a beginning, but we also need, you know, quality food. I mean, what kind of menus? I mean, we're going to be able to have different menus. We're going to be here for 2 weeks. We don't want the same food every day.
We can certainly work with the menus. I'm not sure if you're the decision maker, but we can definitely sit down with the chef and talk to him about what we can offer each day. If you have a specific theme you want to go with, we can definitely work with that.
Well, what about price?
Price.
Always money, right?
Always money, yes, sir. Well,
We've got a very strict budget.
okay.
So you know, I can't go above our budget. One of the things is, you know, when we've been at some hotels, you charge on consumptions. I mean, we go in thinking, I mean, how can 25 people drink 75 soft drinks and 10 bottled water? I
Okay.
mean, so we need something consistent.
Okay, so you want basically a package. You're looking for kind of a set price, no
Yeah.
surprises.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I'm walking out the door, it's the same thing whenever we're sitting down actually planning the event.
Okay. I believe we can make that happen. So if I can make sure your rooms are cleaned properly and we fit within your budget, would you be willing to host your event with us?
Well, I would definitely take it back to our committee. We have a committee of 8 people.
Okay.
Each person is going to see 2 or 3 hotels, and then you know, we're all going to sit down, have a long lunch, and kind of decide who you know, the pros and cons of each hotel, and then decide there.
Okay. Would there be any opportunity for me to make this presentation in front of the committee?
You know, whenever you came out the first time, security wouldn't let you pass the registration desk, so unfortunately we'll be behind the doors with security. So.
Okay. When is your decision date?
We're going to do it about 2 weeks from today.
Okay.
So next Friday.
So
2 weeks from Friday.
All right. Well, let me just make sure I understand your program. You need a holding room for 40 people classroom style, 11 interview rooms for 2 interviewees and 2 interviewers, 1 interviewee. You need food for 25 of your staff, internet in all rooms, breakfast, lunch, and breaks all day. Sunday through Thursday, you'd like a suite. You want to make sure the room is cleaned properly and your documents aren't thrown away, and then we need to fit within your budget.
Right.
I know that you host this event about 4 times a year around the city. Would you be open to hosting all 4 events with us?
Well, and maybe, but you know, like I said, this is going to be the 5th hotel in 6 different tries.
Well, it's got to take a lot of your time interviewing
Right.
different hotels, and you're obviously looking for consistency. So let's try it this first time around then, and I'll give you the best price I can. I know you go in front of a committee and you've got some other proposals on your plate. What I'll do is I'll take this information downstairs. I'm going to meet with my director of sales and find out what the best price we can get for you is. Anything we can do to stand out in our proposal?
Price.
Okay.
Yeah, price is very important.
Budget is very important. Got it. All right. I can definitely work with that. So what I'll do, like I said, I'll put a proposal together for you. I can do that today and email it to you this afternoon.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Thanks so
great.
much for coming out.
Thank you very much.